Did it work? Am I back? Well, there's my house. I think I did. Yes! Nice, nice, okay, alright. Hold on. Well, that's strange. It's my room, but it's different. Wait a second. Where's my Switch? What? It's just my DS and my Wii. Something isn't right here. Okay, so this here is my dad's laptop because I couldn't find mine. I honestly don't know where it is, but you know what? Whatever. Okay, let's just let's figure out what's going on here. All right. Yep. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Oh. Okay. So I'm not in the present day. I am in 2009. May 17th. May 17th, 2009 to be exact. Okay. So, as it turns out, it actually wasn't calibrated perfectly. I'm still trapped over a decade in the past, which is a whole lot better than 1925. For instance, I can actually charge the Game Boy now, so I guess I'm not trapped. I just gotta wait for that to happen. Around now, I'm about 10 years old, and I guess the family's out for the weekend. But hey, I'm not panicked. All I gotta do is just, wait for the Game Boy to charge, and then I'll be able to head off to my correct time. And then I will take an oath to never time travel again. I guess I should try to keep busy in the meantime. So you know what? I'm gonna play some good old Minecraft. A truly ageless game. I've been playing it for about 10 years now. Or, I guess, -2 years? Whatever. The point is, it's a long-standing game for me. I've put countless hours into the game. Look no further than the tons of horrible Let's Plays I've made over the years. It appeals to nearly anyone, and is now the highest-selling game of all time. So I might as well hop onto this dinosaur here and play an absolute classic. Huh. Maybe it's not as ageless as I thought. Oh wait, no, that's right. It's called Cave Game at this point. Let's try that. Cave Game. Aha, a video. Legendary Cave Game test video. Only released about 4 days ago. Who would have guessed that such a video would be the start to a cultural phenomenon? Oh, but what's the earliest public version? You know what? I think it's about knowing where to look. The TIG forums, some sort of nerd site, I don't know. But here I can find a link to the first accessible version of the game. Aha! I can still talk about Minecraft! A game with boundless imagination, endless creativity, a game that's captured hours and hours and hours of my life! And here it is! And it's really bare bones. I built a house. This is, well, primitive. The world is pretty small and the variety of blocks are lacking, to say the least. But look, I can spawn Steves. I could just keep spawning endless Steves with the G key. I should have kept this feature in. It's so crazy to play this old game with knowing what it'll become in the future. But even with all this jank, it is still Minecraft at its core. This is the foundation of the game. Just breaking blocks and placing blocks. The worlds don't even save, but yet I can still play this for quite a while. It still has that charm, that indescribable essence of Minecraft. These are such simple times. There's no end game or any goals outside of what you want them to be. You know, this is Minecraft in its purest form, and it crashed. I don't know if that's the game's fault, or this crappy computer, or the horrible internet I have at this point. Either way, I guess that's Minecraft. A blocky game with a lot of blocks. And that's about it. Well, 2009, it's been fun, but already lived through it, so yeah, how about we go to the present now? Huh? What? What the? This is still a kid's room. This was supposed to take me back to the present. Oh my god. Okay, well, you know what? I guess I could just try it again. Okay, let's just do that. All right. Let's try to get it right this time. Although, you know, I could play some more ancient Minecraft. I mean, I'll never get a chance to have such a authentic experience like this ever again, so a little bit, just a little bit. Okay. Oh, survival test then, huh? Alright, and it's September 1st, 2009. Alright, well, let's see how Minecraft's first jump into survival goes. Oh my god! It's pure anarchy! There are mobs everywhere! Skeletons and creepers are meleeing me. They're all wearing some weird armor. Stone drops stone and not cobblestone. It is so weird seeing creepers not looking to blow up. Oh, no, so they do. Okay. Hey, at least I can shoot infinite arrows from my hand. Another feature they shouldn't have gotten rid of. Alright, yeah, so this really is just survival. Like, trying to make anything in this crazy wasteland is extremely difficult. But things are starting to take some shape. I mean, at least there are other things running around with me instead of infinitely spawning Steves. And in a way, this mode gives us our first sort of goal outside of pure sandbox, which is just to survive. Oh, and I guess to try to get a high score by killing mobs. And if anybody wants to know what the meta is for this version, I gotcha. Attack with a stack of brown mushrooms. Everything does the equal amount of low damage, even the arrows. And since brown mushrooms are the only way to heal, you can attack and heal at the same time. This version's pretty neat, but definitely too primitive to really get all that much out of it. And I got overwhelmed here. The terrain is at least more varied and interesting, even some pretty expansive caves. Okay. Time to try to go back to the present for real. Alright, let's try that again. Well, this still looks like 2009. November 10th, 2009, to be specific. It seems as though my time machine is only capable of bringing me to important points in Minecraft's history. What a strange and specific mechanic. Either way, this update is significant for being the last in the classic era of Minecraft's history. While for the most part this classic era is nearly unrecognizable to the massive and dynamic game that Minecraft will become, I actually hold some nostalgic memories of this late classic era. Back in the day, Minecraft.net used to have a free version of the game available. Playing it would bring you to some dedicated classic servers running Minecraft Classic. So while I wouldn't be introduced to Minecraft for another 2 years, my earliest memories of the game are actually with these classic servers. And there isn't a large amount of new stuff. The survival testing isn't the forefront anymore, so I'm just free to build and mess around in creative mode. This is the kind of house I remember building back in the day. Despite the limitations, even this early build captured my imagination and gripped my attention for just over a decade now. There's also a survival mode, but it hasn't evolved all that much. Still no crafting, so the little resource collecting there is just to build, really. Creepers are still a pain, though. And yeah, with my house all blown up, I'm pretty sure that's as much as you can really accomplish in these early days of Minecraft. So, hopefully my next jump in time will give us something a little more interesting. January 10th, 2010. Well, at least I'm out of 2009 now, and Minecraft has now reached the in-dev phase, which I think you could kind of call the Wild West era of the game, where anything goes and experimentation aplenty. Though, some things are starting to take shape. Now there are actual tools, so you don't just punch everything. It is kind of weird how you just hold a sprite of the tool instead of a 3D model, and the axe is double-sided, which is kind of cool. Survival is still pretty basic, especially since there's still no crafting. I spawn in with tons of stuff, TNT included, which is fun to play with. Here I can simply punch the TNT to activate it. I guess in that case, be sure you know what you want to blow up before placing it. There's also no hostile mobs, so survival is pretty easy when there's just these harmless people walking around. You see, this is what I mean, Wild West. This model does not belong in Minecraft, but to be fair, the precedent has hardly been set yet. Without a walking animation, they just sort of glide around and... wait? I'm one of them? And what are these stats? Can I level up? One of the cooler things in-dev gives us are some unique world options. Here I can choose what sort of generation it is, so I can make it a flat world, which is something we still have today, or I can make it into a sky world, which is actually really awesome, or a hell world? This must be a precursor to the Nether, maybe even more hellish though. There's lava everywhere, which, yeah, the Nether has, but it fills up everything it touches infinitely. Oh crap. Okay, what have I done here? Alright, okay, oh wow, there's really no escape. I'm just gonna burn alive. So that's horrifying. Strange mobs, and a hell world, and land-eating lava. I guess things are definitely starting to evolve, but in some pretty strange ways. And a lot of this is not gonna stick, so, I wonder why that is. I only got 19 days into the future, but things are looking a little more developed. I spawned in a pre-made house with all the items I could ever even want, which is kind of neat. There are still ranas everywhere, which I believe is what they're called. But the biggest thing is that there's crafting now. It's kind of weird though, since you pull it up in an entirely different menu from your inventory, and there aren't any recipes that I can find. Scratch that. You can craft an apple into an arrow. Interesting. Having everything available makes it easier to play around with, but there's nothing too much new. Oh, hey, there's a new update just released. Let's check it out then. Okay, well, now all I get is a flint and steel, and all of these chests are empty, so, oh, and there's no more ranas, but instead some other weird models. But this actually is a pretty big step. There's some progression now. You can actually gather resources to use to craft. I can make tools now and mine for ores and then smelt them by throwing them into some fire. That's a pretty unique way to smelt ore. Gotta give it that. Really some good progress here, but there's still no threats, so there isn't really a purpose to having weapons and tools. And diamonds spawning at the surface. Sure. While this is the most depth we've seen in the gameplay yet, could definitely use some mobs. So it's February 23rd now. Okay, so this is the last version of the in-dev phase. We got an actual main menu now. The logo's a little fuzzy, but the spirit's there. And would you look at that? The classic mobs are back. While it was cool to see more experimentation with the kinds of models we could see in the game, this feels way more natural. The in-dev house is now a little different, more homely than the mossy cobble. It's crazy how a simple change with the mobs already advances things so much. Now pigs drop food, and so now there's a way to heal. Furnaces are now in the game, so I no longer have to depend on a flint and steel. There seems to be a quirk where music emanates from a specific spot. Like, it gets louder when I approach where I was first hearing it. I just thought that was kind of funny. So now we got a proper use for coal, or smelting up. Pork chops cooking. I even got some windows going. This is really starting to feel like modern Minecraft. Like, yeah, sure, it's more basic, but the fundamentals are here. And now we got a knight? That really shapes the whole experience. Now I'm actually working towards something. I need armor and tools to defend myself, build up my shelter, keep track of my resources. This really does feel right. I can't state enough how much more rewarding this version is. I feel like we'd be good to head right into the beta now, right? Huh. Only a few days later? Is this thing becoming defective? Well, okay, I guess it already kind of was. Well, whatever. I was enjoying the version I was playing, so how much more could it have possibly changed? Oh. Good thing I spawned in with 999 wooden planks because, there are no trees. Or mobs. Or caves. Ores. Anything. The generation is just hills and oceans. And these, weird obsidian walls. This is quite the step back. But to be fair, while I did say that it felt like basic modern Minecraft and that it was ready for alpha, there was one key thing missing. And that was the fact that the worlds were very small. And I mean very small and very finite. It seems like Notch wanted to take a different approach and implemented infinite worlds. Well, infinite with an asterisk. Today, that's a pretty big feature of Minecraft, so it would be weird to imagine the game going forward without it. Instead, in the in-dev phase, it looked like things were headed to a more concise, but highly customizable world generation. I wonder what the future of Minecraft would look like if Notch had stuck with further customizable worlds. Well, we sure wouldn't have gotten these giant brick pyramids, that's for sure. There's not really any more to say. In order to change the game so drastically, things had to be taken back quite a bit. So, I guess I'll just continue forward and see how things progress. March 20th. What do you got for us now, InfDev? Well, it looks like we traded the obsidian walls for trees. The generation looks a lot more lively and put together. Also, spawning in with all of this is quite nice. Though I do think a stack of diamond tools is a bit of an overkill. I can at least gather resources. No smelting though, which is kind of weird. We're catching up to InDev. Hey, what the? Where did that? A creeper? 2 creepers? And now a pig? What the heck is this? This is pure anarchy. Arrows spawn a random mob whenever it lands, including skeleton arrows. There's mobs everywhere. Look at this. This is insanity. Before I was complaining about no mobs, and now there are just like endless mobs. Well, maybe our next stop will be a little more refined. Alright, well, it's March 27th, 2010. And what's significant about this update is that this is the first version of the game that I can actually save my levels and use them all the way to modern or future Minecraft. So I'm just going to be riding this world all the way to, well, to the future. The generation looks more refined at least, in some ways. Sand and gravel aren't in the generation yet, and ores don't actually have specific sizes of veins. So I can find diamond veins as big as coal, and vice versa. Oh, and caves aren't a thing in this update either. They were before, but not anymore. So I better like strip mining. There are also no mobs, like, at all. Which I guess means I don't have to worry about creepers, but there are also no pigs, so my options for healing aren't really existing. It's actually still possible that maybe arrows still randomly spawn mobs, but without spiders to get string to make a bow, or zombies to drop feathers, which yes is a thing right now, to make arrows, I don't really have a method of testing that out. Oh, I got a little hidey hole set up. Not there's anything to hide from right now, but I want to test something on this iron here. Just need to mine it, replace it with normal stone, and haha, it worked! So in this version of the game, if you reload the world, all trees and ores will be reset. Though with ores you do have to have normal stone occupying the same space as the ores did, and they'll overwrite it. So basically, this is some free, easy iron. And if I play my cards right, just a lot of strip mining here, and there we go! A vein of 14 diamonds. That'd be terrific in any update, but now? Well, we got ourselves quite the exploit. I would like to honestly just mine up a double chest worth of this stuff and set myself up for the rest of history, but after an hour I got 50 blocks worth, which, yeah, will get the job done. I built myself a house for this early InfDev phase. I want to make a point to build a house in every update I find myself in. It is a little lame since this is before doors were invented, and I don't even have access to windows, but hey, there aren't any skeletons to shoot through my holes anyway, so cool. I guess I am just kind of assuming that I'll need a world to accompany me through these updates, but my time machine seems pretty hell-bent on making sure that, yeah, this world is going to become useful. My Game Boy has taken me to the end of June, and the end of InfDev. At least doors are invented, and stairs too, so I'll try sprucing up the roof, but, okay, that's a weird item icon. And weird placing as well. Whatever. I need to move on anyways. New terrain generation has taken hold, which is determined to sprinkle some sand and gravel in my world. The height limit doesn't appear to like this mountain over here, and the trees just kinda get cut off. I want to explore this world, but not just because of the new generation, but because it's mine. Oh, here, this area looks pretty cool. Oh, and there are mobs spawning in, so now I can get food and defend myself. Skeletons are surprisingly annoying, but if you keep walking to the side, they shouldn't be able to get a hit in. I want to go for a more ambitious house here, over the water with a glass floor. Hey, I don't have a lot of blocks to work with yet, so I gotta get creative. Stone slabs in the wall? Yeah, why not? I used to love these for floors. I still do, but the options for blocks have significantly expanded since I last will play. This house is really coming together. I think it's pretty solid. I even got ladders here to get out of the water with. Well, I think that looks pretty good. Well, for InfDev anyways. And the mobs being back is really nice. Really does make everything feel more complete. You know, actually, with that, the caves being brought back, and the train looking much better, and the progression system being kind of brought back together, maybe now we're ready for alpha. Another day, another update. This time, let's see what we're looking at here. So we're looking at, okay, there we go. Update Alpha 1.0.6. Oh hey, wait, it's Alpha. Well, it's about time. I think InfDev was all about trying to catch up to where InDev had left off, but this time with Infinite World Generation. So now that we got that, I don't think there's any more distractions. I think it's going to be a clean road all the way to modern Minecraft. First things first, this late InfDev house is so last over 2 weeks ago. I need to get some of that fresh new terrain. Making my way over hills and such leads me to the shoreline. One of the newer things to be added are boats. I think this will be a great place to get a little dock going. Just need a hidey hole over here. A big deal too with Alpha is the addition of redstone. Nothing too crazy, just pressure plates, iron doors, buttons, and levers. There aren't even redstone repeaters yet, but I might as well integrate this new technology with my base. It's the hip new thing that all the kids are doing these days. Build out this dock here, get some boats going. Well, these certainly aren't the newer useful boats. These classic ones don't really go that fast and are much harder to control and break quite easily. But when I first started playing Minecraft, these were the boats I had to deal with, so it's nothing I can't handle. There really isn't anything too different with the game being alpha now. Like, there isn't anything that changes how I approach the game or anything. Though the mobs now making their proper sounds instead of the oof sound is pretty nice. Also, there's a new mode where 25% of worlds will be a winter wonderland, which introduces snow and ice to the game. Doesn't affect my world, but it's nice to see more diverse biomes start to be played around with. Something like that would really spruce up the gameplay. The day before Halloween 2010, we got ourselves quite the spooky update now. Alpha v1.2 adds in the Nether. Now that's something to spruce up gameplay. Not to mention it's way easier to get out to new chunks and see some new generation. A more immediate difference is that the grass is a more familiar darker green, and the lighting has improved. Going to miss the classic vibrant green, but the game is a lot more easy on the eyes now. But hey, let's jump on into the Nether and see what it's all about. Some of you may see this boring, simple hellscape and think it feels very off, but to me, this is the Nether I've known for most of my time playing the game. So while it's not as exciting as what we see down the line, I'm fine with this. All we got though are zombie pigmen and ghasts, which even to me is quite a bit light. And without nether fortresses, there isn't really an incentive to explore the Nether, so I'll just tunnel through the wall. Especially since fire resistance potions don't exist yet. The ghasts also shoot flaming snowballs, which, yeah. Also, the ghasts spawn in like crazy and aren't even fire resistant yet, which means they keep flying into lava and burning to death. This honestly makes the Nether feel quite a bit more hellish with just the constant screams of anguish of the ghasts. But I managed to get through and end up somewhere else. You know what? I'm gonna build a tree fort. This will be the coolest tree fort anyone's ever seen. Move in my iron and diamonds, and I think we're set up pretty well here. I hear a lot of zombies down here, so I'm gonna dig down to investigate it. And hey, a zombie spawner. This could make a great XP farm for when XP is a thing. Just gotta get rid of this gravel to check this chest. It crashed. Oh. Well, it has been a while since we had a crash, so I can't really complain too much. Okay, weird. So, my position was saved? I'm being attacked by zombies in the dark, but that means my torches are gone, and my stairway down too. My entire tree fort and nether portal, they're gone. Luckily, I recognize this place from my boating, so I can get back to my base. What? Despite my blocks being reset, it looks like the entities weren't? All the items I put in my tree fort are gone. The game took my diamonds. A glitch brought them into this world, and a glitch took them out of it. Oh, whatever, I guess. I set out again. Get a new tree fort established, and that's all I can muster up. The game cheated me out of my cheated diamonds. Oh hey, now it's 2011. April Fool's Day 2011 to be exact. Alpha is long gone now, and I am in the midst of beta. Seems like some tweaks have been made to world generation with new trees and such, because, well, these old trees look quite weird, all sorts of different leaves going on. Might as well go out and explore to see what's changed. Just swimming along and, well, what the heck is going on here? The world's gone AWOL! I'm flying through time. Days are gone in seconds. I can try in an instant and skeletons are machine guns?
What do I even do? The time's just flying by here. Luckily, hunger isn't a thing, or I'm pretty sure I would have starved to death already. Okay. Things are calming down. It's all good. What the heck was that? Whatever. You know what? Fine. Okay, that happened. Let's just move past it. That's it with the weird stuff for now. Hang on. Okay, what's this? A chest? Steve Co. supply crate. I need to buy a key to unlock it. Oh, it's April Fool's. Right. That'd be a whole lot funnier if, you know, they haven't kind of dipped into that sort of thing in the future. Simpler times. Well, this chest is indestructible. I would love to have it with me. Oh wait, okay, let's try blowing it up. Perfect! Got myself a Steve Co. supply crate. I wonder how far into Minecraft this item will get. You know the deal by now. Make another house. But this time with new woods and sandstone. Beds are also a newish addition, and they are absolutely fantastic. No more sitting on my base at night twiddling my thumbs. Now I can get my sleep and set my spawn point. Get out of here! What the heck is that? Sleep is supposed to be sacred. Where do these mobs keep coming from? I guess it's my fault for leaving my house so insecure right now. But in the future, you can sleep in the middle of a field and you'd be okay. What's another cool addition though, are the wolves. I got myself a wolf pal, the first tameable mob. I'll name him Beta 1.4 for the occasion. I guess that's kind of a weird name, but it is relevant. With that, I get my first beta house done. With just a little problem with stone slabs crashing my game when I try to craft them. Overall, some pretty big leaps here. Though I have to say, I am still surprised that there's quite a lot of stuff that is left unaccounted for so far. I mean, we're pretty far into the beta, and there's still a lot of stuff that I don't see. Hunger still doesn't exist. Food immediately heals you. There's no end, no villages, mine shafts, strongholds, sprinting, enchanting, brewing, modern bow mechanics, or even shift clicking. I guess I'll just have to wait to see how it all shakes up. Alright, September 14th, 2011, Beta 1.8. It all happens here. Practically everything I just mentioned was missing is added in the Adventure Update, and this is part 1. Man, while it does feel nice to finally see all this stuff, it does make the past little while feel kinda slow and uninteresting. I mean, more is added in this single update than the rest of Beta and Alpha put together. But hey, you know, let's not focus on that. Let's just see what there is to see. Sprinting. That's all I gotta say. Sprinting is a massive quality of life improvement. The fastest you could travel is walking speed, which made playing the game way more tedious than it had to be. Why did it take so long to add sprinting? Sneaking was added in Alpha. It's okay, it's good now. Hunger, another game mechanic that completely transforms how Minecraft is experienced. I would go as far as to say that hunger is the defining separation between full release and before. Food stacks, there's more variety, health and survival is completely recontextualized, and I like it. I don't know if it's because I'm just more used to it, but it makes survival a lot more interesting. Managing food is a lot more fun and dynamic than just hoarding unstackable pork chops to insta-heal as you go. And the saturation is also quite nice. I don't know if this is an uncommon opinion, but the saturation in modern Minecraft is kind of a pain. But not here though. It's actually still pretty good here. We also have modern biomes and systems, which is an amazing jump for the terrain. Bows are also modernized, which make them a lot more useful. The menu also looks, well, modern. XP is added, though there's no enchantment yet. See what I mean by how much this changes the game and how it switches from classic to modern Minecraft? I don't think you could point to a single update more influential than this one. We also got villages, but no villagers to spawn in them yet. I just set myself up in this library since, for some reason, that used to be my favorite structure. Kind of miss these old villages, honestly. They are classic. I also found a mine shaft, which is pretty cool, though it uses wooden planks instead of fences for supports. And there aren't as many chests, and the ones there aren't as interesting. Well, what's there left to say? This update, the adventure update, completely transformed Minecraft and got it ready for full release. Though I will say there are a few things that are missing that would really help tie the whole experience together and take it from just being a sandbox to giving it a bit more depth. Finally, here we are, November 18th, 2011, the full release of Minecraft. It's a send-off to the old era and bringing in a new one. Not to mention, this is around the time when I first started playing the game. Yep, around this time, I'll be in lab class with my buddy, and we'll have a few extra minutes at the end of class. And we'll notice some other kids playing a new game, a blocky one. And, well, we're gonna want to give it a try. Like I said before, I did actually start with the free classic version of the game, though I did dabble in the full version with whatever accounts I get my hands on. But this is really the first version I would have gotten to play. Well, I mean, I guess technically now I've gone back and played older versions, but you know what I mean. Now we have enchanting and brewing properly added, so I gotta take advantage of that. The armor system is now fully updated. Before, its defensive capabilities were relative to its durability, which was a terrible system. There was no incentive to ever wear diamond because constantly refreshing your iron set would get the job done just as well. But the biggest addition for me is the end. There were strongholds before, but no end portal rooms. So now I can go to the end and defeat the Ender Dragon, and I can actually beat the game. Having a proper final goal like that is really what the game needed for its full release. But that means I need all hands on deck. I'm going back to retrieve any resources I can find, and more specifically, those original InfDev diamonds. While all the cheated ones are gone, I left an extra vein just in case. So I'm going through and picking up all the supplies I could need, and here we go, got the diamonds. That'll be useful. Next step, gotta find another fortress. Slay some blazes here, and I even managed to get a gas tier. Alright, so I collected some of these blaze rods, now I gotta go get some ender pearls. Well, first I built a house for 1.0. I think this is a pretty snazzy home with a little brewing station and an enchantment table. Here we go, let's enchant this stuff. Bane of Arthropods. Does the Ender Dragon count as a spider? Either way, I got my armor upgraded, got some strength and regen potions. Time to hunt down a stronghold, fight for some pearls and get to the end. The boss fight at this point is a lot more simple than it'll go on to be. The first stage hasn't changed though. I gotta destroy each one of these end crystals so it doesn't regenerate its health without being knocked off. It's kind of an underwhelming battle, honestly. But as a presence in the game, it does get the job done. It's something bigger to work towards. But it isn't terribly dynamic or interesting. There's only one way to go about it, which is strange in such an open game. But in terms of aesthetic, it is a rewarding battle. The Ender Dragon is a massive and imposing monster. The end is a suitably eerie dimension with the giant obsidian towers and end crystals. It looks the part, but it's quite simple. But hey, I slayed the Ender Dragon and I beat the game. So, you know, I got the dragon egg because, you know, that's a cool trophy to have. But I think with that, I have beaten Minecraft. So, you know, what more could the time machine want from me? I did it. I beat the game, right? I think I've earned myself an ability to return to the present. Alright, well, it is not the present. It is March 22nd, 2012. Hey, but I got this netbook now, which actually is my first ever computer, so I don't have to keep stealing my dad's laptop every single time I want to play Minecraft. It's nothing much. but it works. 1.2 is a pretty nostalgic update for me, since this is the first one I was actively excited about. It's really just the jungle update, but hey, at the time, the jungle was the most interesting single biome outside of maybe the Mushroom Island. These days, it isn't as prevalent since biomes have become a lot more in depth since then. In the future, jungles might be pretty rare, but in 1.2, they're everywhere. Half the time, you spawn in the dang things. Actually, you know what? I also don't understand why they separated cats and ocelots, since in the future, the ocelot will be completely useless. But I guess for now, they're very difficult to tame, but they protect you from creepers, so, that's pretty nice. This update also added in different colored planks based on their wood, which feels so natural that it's crazy to think that there was a time when that just wasn't a thing. I got my cat now with some jungle flair, real nice. This update is the one that introduced me to the concept of Minecraft changing over time, getting improved and, updated. I know it isn't anything that much. In fact, it feels a lot more in line with how beta treated updates, but jungles are cool. Okay, well now I've jumped into the summer of 2012 with a new update, 1.3.2, which added in emeralds and villager trading, which is pretty nice since before this, villagers were kind of pointless. But the bigger thing would be...
Dustin 2000.
Oh shoot, okay, I think I hear someone coming. Quick.
Everyone likes that. I think it's just crazy awesome. I love zombies.
Okay.
Not really. Anything's possible with that. That's
Okay,
why
you
I
see,
put it up at the top.
The biggest addition was LAN. Being able to play with your friends together in your own world, that was such a big deal. Here, look.
I think machines would be more dangerous because that's how we work. A monster, we can fight it with machines, but without machines, how are we supposed to fight?
That was so cool! I remember before that, loading up the same world seed as my sister, and we would see where we build things relative to each other. But now we can... Okay. I think that was enough. Yeah. Oh, I also appreciate that the beta lock chest is still kicking around, even if it's a little broken now. I have to see a return on that soon enough, though.
And it's gone. It's been removed with the change in block IDs. You will be missed, lock chest, but it's time to move on. Well, at least I finally have my own account now. Got that in late 2012, and also have my actual first laptop, which I got, well, in 2013, pretty recently. So, doing pretty good. It's currently January 2nd, 2014. Oh wow, that's the original Village Idiots video files. That's right. My YouTube channel would have just started like 3 months ago. Minecraft was the main content I put out, and maybe arguably is still. Either way, it is now update 1.7.4, and this is a big one. It's the update that changed the world. Entirely different generation now, which is so much more varied and in-depth. 2 new cool woods, new really cool biomes, new flowers, stained glass, and chicken jockeys. Although, is it more varied? I mean, I guess so. Sure, there are many new biomes, but there's also a new temperature system that helps dictate where biomes can generate. For instance, deserts and savannas spawn with each other, or taigas and tundras. While that makes the world more cohesive, it also makes them feel pretty samey. It also has the effect of making biomes like tundras and jungles so much more rare, which I feel wasn't on purpose, just because those biomes don't deserve to essentially not exist anymore. Overall though, this update is still really good. It sort of raised the bar for what a Minecraft update should be,
Like, no longer could an update just add in a single biome or a mob. It is a turning point for the game, and while I do miss the more insane generation and unpredictable nature of the old terrain, I can appreciate how much more full Minecraft worlds are going forward. Oh boy, so this one's a biggie. I am currently in 2016 with update 1.9, and yeah, this one is controversial. Going from spam attacks to a sort of cooldown system, it's the combat update. It doesn't feel right. And I think it's because it isn't that intuitive. It feels weird to attack this way because so many other actions in the game are snappy. Minecraft animations are fast, damage is instant or fast acting, and mobs don't have any form of wind-up, and so combat is mostly fast-paced. It could be seen as not being very strategic, but that's because Minecraft rewards offensive and defensive gameplay in different ways. It's all about resources and building. The focus of Minecraft combat was never on the actual combat. The depth came from the resources you have and the bases you build. Adding in this cooldown makes the combat slower and sort of more strategic, except it's mostly just the same attack every time. Attack, wait. Attack, wait. There isn't an advantage to attacking quickly since the damage trade-off is too severe. So all this serves is to slow down gameplay and make it not as fun. Swatting away other players is fun. The combat was fast-paced, and the winner was decided by who had the best gear, or who could hold control of the fight the best. But, despite that, let's not forget about the things that 1.9 does right. Shields are really nice. Dual wielding is useful. Axes have a new cool fighting mechanic, tipped arrows, elytras, end cities, and a new and improved Ender Dragon battle. 1.9 does do a lot right. But Mojang hasn't really properly addressed the combat yet. But, well, I think that's probably enough of that. I think I'm in 2019 now. You know what? This is getting ridiculous. This stupid thing is clearly just messing with me. Alright, I want to go and actually just take a quick look around because this is just too much. This is nonsense.
Well, I think this must be 2019. Why can't this stinking thing just take me where I want to? Bosco! Hey, buddy! How's it going? Oh, finally ran into you. Oh, get the time just kind of aligned for us, huh? Guys, this is my childhood dog right here. And unless you couldn't tell, this is where I got my name from, Bosco. And oh, I just realized I never actually asked you if I could borrow it, but oh, it doesn't seem like you mind, so oh well. My goodness, my goodness. Bosco. It's good to see you too. I gotta say, it's nice to have some proper company for once. I guess time travel can bring back some old friends. But, hey, I've been going back through Minecraft history. My goodness! Yeah, I know the last couple of years have been kind of underwhelming. But, hey, last year was the update Aquatic, which was the first of a new trend where Mojang would completely revamp a part of the game. So last year was water, so I think this year is villages. Not too bad, right? Yeah, I miss the old villages too. Yeah, I grew up with them, and they've always just kind of been there for me, but I guess all things gotta come to an end eventually. And hey, you know, not only do they live on in our memories, but they've also left a legacy on the game. What do you say, Bosco? Don't want to brave the future with me and see what this update has to hold? Good boy. Let's do this.
Update Aquatic revamps oceans and transforms them from a part of the game you dreaded to run across to a whole world underwater that is full of adventure and treasures. I mean, oceans were literally nothing before.
Just take a boat over the wasted space. But now, not only are there resources to find, but it also looks amazing. The coral is colorful and vibrant and full of life. Look at all those cool fish. Makes the squids look pretty weird in comparison, but hey, it's kind of fun to have this relic. No, I'm not calling you a relic, Bosco. I'm talking about the squids. 1.13 is a sort of renaissance for Minecraft, bringing tons of new attention to the game. This would inspire 1.14, which itself was massive. The revamped villages really transformed the game, and even brought me and my friends back to it. This makes 1.13 one of the most pivotal updates in Minecraft's history.
So, pretty good, eh? What do you mean you'd rather have food? Isn't Minecraft a much more rewarding experience? Fair enough. Well, it was nice to see you again, old friend. Hey, promise me you'll be a good boy. Okay. I know, I'm cheating. I'm from the future. I already know you're gonna be a really good boy.
So today is October 1st, 2020. So I'm pretty much at the present now, which is nice. But I know I got a little bit more to go. And, well, it's 1.16 now, so let's check out the new Nether. Oh, hey, Smash reveal. Oh, that's right! This is when Steve was announced for Smash! Man, what an incredible moment! It broke Twitter, and I was so hyped. To think that such a small indie game could spawn such a moment to join Smash. Minecraft is really part of video game history now. It also just became the highest selling game of all time. So, yeah, it is a legend of a game that defined an entire generation of childhoods. And I feel pretty lucky to have grown up with a game that inspires such creativity. Oh yeah, the Nether. It's really cool. Turns a really underwhelming dimension that was used for blaze rods, overworld travel, and, well, that's about it. Now it feels like a proper dimension. You could actually survive in it, with new woods, cobblestone alternative, and food sources. But it hasn't sacrificed its hostility, as it still stands as a very challenging world to live in. But really now, can we just get to the present? I mean, we're pretty much there. Like, come on, let's go. Work? Am I back in the present?
Yes! Oh, yes, thank God. I am finally back to the present. Oh my God. Okay, you know what? I am never time traveling again. I just can't deal with that. I just can't deal with that. Ever. Although, I could just peep into the future. That's that. Minecraft is a fantastic game, though sometimes the community and fandom can kind of poison its reputation. Not that it's a bad one. As far as fandoms go, Minecraft gets away pretty clean. But in terms of just how it's everywhere, it can kind of be hard to separate Minecraft the cultural icon and Minecraft the game. And when seen for what it is, Minecraft is basically as open as a game can get, giving the player tons of tools to truly make Minecraft their own. No one experience will ever be quite the same as another, and from the countless blocks, items, mobs, randomly generating worlds, mods, and game modes, you can basically turn Minecraft into whatever you want it to be. And that is something truly special. But I've been playing Minecraft for 10 years now. I've made my cringy Let's Plays, I've beaten the game countless times, and I just traveled to every important part of its history. Maybe I'm done with Minecraft. Maybe it's time to hang up the pickaxe. I mean, what is there even left to do at this point? I've mined and crafted. Thanks, Minecraft, for everything you've given me. A fantastic childhood with tons of great memories.
I do need you up for this, you know. I'm trying to film us. Go look at what you're doing. You need a goofball.